question about pocket presence. When to go, when to run with it, when to stand in a little longer. Is that a work in progress? Is it something you learn with time, with playing, or is it workable? And how are you working on it?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a work in progress. It's one of those things, kind of for me. The rule of thumb I've always had is like once you get through your progression, then you look to make something happen. Yeah, if you're skipping reads and getting out early, then that's an issue. Then sometimes, it just works out, and then it's all good, and then it doesn't work out, and then it's all bad. So, it's a process we're working on, week by week.
Is it kind of a feel thing though too? Is that a real thing when you can feel pressure from behind and people around you in the pocket physically?
Yeah, absolutely. It's huge. You got to be able to keep your eyes downfield on your reads as you feel the pocket, feel when you have space, feel when it's closing in too fast, and adjust them.
Thanks, JP. All right, let's go to Demetrius and then Gary Smith.
Hey, Gardner, how much of a difference will it make for you guys if DJ Chark is back in the lineup this week?
Yeah, it'd be huge, man. DJ is a great player for us. He's proved over the last 2 years that he can, really change games. But, either way, I feel really confident with the guys that we have in that room. Everybody can go out and make plays and win their one-on-ones. So we have full faith in everybody we send out there.
Yeah, and then for you, is he kind of like a safety blanket out there for you? Like when things are going wrong, that you can just at least look to DJ that he probably will have beaten his guy.
Yeah, anytime, you have a receiver that can win one-on-one and is consistent and, that always gives you some comfort and, calms the mind a little bit knowing that you have somebody that can win one-on-one every time. But we feel that way about a lot of our guys, and we'll continue to try to build those relationships.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, Demetrius. All right, let's do Gary and then Jamal and then Gene.
Gardner, Coach Gruden took a little bit of the blame this morning when Miami came out in this soft zone you were talking about last week, and not as much man-to-man, and he took some of the blame for the play calls. What are you trying to do with yourself as far as improving, not only to get ready for the Bengals, but against those kind of defenses?
Yeah, Perry, it's it's one of those games that everybody looks back, everybody takes accountability. And that's a good thing. We all have things that we wish we could have done better, and we all have things that we're going to address moving forward to make us better. Anytime you get in one of those games and you're down early and, they start playing like that, it's, you have to fight the temptation to press. So, really try to force things, still let the game come to you. Cause a lot of times, there's still a lot more time than you think. I know personally, that's one thing, just feeling the game out, letting it come to me and, not getting too antsy.
Thanks, bud.
Thanks, Gary. All right, let's do Jamal and then Gene.
Hey, Gardner, what would it mean for the offense to have a first quarter lead for the first time this season?
It'd be huge. I think, it's a goal of ours is to jump out early and let our defense go hunt. That's, one of the best things that they do is, really they can get after the passer and, rush and cover. And I think when they're at their best when they do that. And we got to do a better job of jumping out and giving them that lead.
And last year you played the Bengals. You had a pretty good game. You had something like almost 300 yards passing in that game, and you guys won. Do you play back on that experience at all now that you're going to be playing them for the second year in a row?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things you kind of take a mental log of each game you play, and, it's good to be able to have those experiences to go back to, as well as what they've done more recently.
Appreciate it, Gardner.
Thanks, Jamal. Let's go to Gene and then over to Jordan.
Hey, Gardner. You probably didn't get a chance because of your schedule to watch it much on Saturday, but just wondering what you thought of this Costello quarterback from Mississippi State and Mike Leach that nobody had ever heard of, and all of a sudden he's throwing for a gazillion yards. Did that surprise you when you either found out about it or even watched maybe a highlight or two?
Yeah, no, I got to watch the game. It was awesome. I was super happy. Know that coaching staff very well. It's school where both my sisters go. So I was pumped to see them, man. I know KJ personally. I was super happy for him. That was a big win. And to me, it's the best offensive system in college football. To see it in the SEC finally is exciting.
Could you break down his facial hair for me? Because it just doesn't seem like he rocks it like you do.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's got to either get all in or all out. That'd be my advice. You can't be halfway with it.
Thanks.
Thanks, Gene. Let's go to Jordan and then Cassidy and then John Shipley.
Hey, Gardner, what have you seen from the Bengals defense so far this year? And maybe what are some of their strengths that they've been doing well on that side of the ball?
Yeah. First thing you watch, they play really hard. I think they have a very good physical front. They play downhill. They, are good at the point of attack. Looking in the back end, they have some very talented guys, former, first round pick. Jesse Bates, safety, plays really well all over the field. He's a challenge. You always got to know where he is. It's something we're looking forward to facing.
Thanks, Gardner.
Thanks, Jordan. Let's go to Cassidy and then John Shipley.
This just real quick. If Costello sets an SEC record, does he get a little leeway with what he wants to do with his facial hair?
Yeah, I guess, I guess I've earned somewhat some leeway. If I was just randomly walking around with a mustache, that wouldn't be, socially accepted in most circles. But since I played some good football games, it helps. So I guess, yeah, it will have to give him somewhat of a pass.
Okay. And then you piggybacking earlier off what you were talking about, going through your progressions. How much has over the first 3 games James Robinson kind of become that get it to guy as you work through those? Like nothing's there. Let's just find James and dump it down to him.
Yeah, it's good. Anytime you have a guy that's that good after the catch, knowing that as you work through your progression, you don't have to force it. You can still come down to your last option and still get good yards out of that. That's been very nice to have.
And then just last thing, were you able to watch any NFL games like more than you normally would with their long weekend? And if so, did anything stand out?
Yeah, I kind of just casually watched most of them. Nothing really stood out. It was nice to just kind of watch as a fan more than anything.
Thanks, Gardner.
Thanks, Cassidy. All right, let's do 2 more. Let's do John Shipley and then we'll finish up with John Reed.
There we go. Hey, Gardner, what can you say just about the performance of Keelan Cole this year? It seems like he's been on the field more and he's been able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, no, he's a guy that anytime he's gotten on the field for us, he's been really good, So that's been as long as I've been here. I think anytime we can get him on the field, get balls thrown his way, he'll do a good job with it.
Thanks, Gardner.
Thanks. Let's finish up with John Reed.
How you doing, Garner? Can you talk a little bit about Tyler Eifert going to Cincinnati and just what has been his impact in your view?
Yeah, no, I'm super excited for Tyler. And Coach Gruden, both come back to Cincinnati. It'll be a big game for them. They both obviously had a pretty good, impact for us. And more than anything, you just want to do right by them.
Hey, what is he harassing you?
You want anything?
Thank you, man.
All right, no problem.
Good job, Gardner.
Yep, thanks.
All right, thanks, Gardner. You're all done. Appreciate it.